Welcome to Bloom at the Yoga Garden, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me for this short practice today. So this is for when you just want a little quick fix and hopefully you'll feel better at the end of it. So we're just going to begin by sitting in easy cross-legged. Lift or shift the flesh from your sit bones. Sit up nice and tall and feel that you're rooting down through your sit bones. Of course, sit on a rolled up blanket or a block, whatever you have. And get yourself nice and comfortable. Feel you're getting length up through the front, the sides, the back of the body. And maybe just either rest your hands one on top of each other, just wherever's comfortable, or bring them to rest on your knees. But you don't want your arms stretched out, so you want your elbows in close to your sides. And just allow your eyes to close gently for a few rounds of your breath. So it is so important that we take these few minutes each time at the start of our practice. Maybe not just a few breaths even, and a few minutes is maybe putting it too strongly. Just to sort of get yourself in the right place for your practice. And just notice your breath. So noticing our breath always helps to bring us back to the present. Notice where the breath moves in your body, or where your body moves with the breath. Literally, at any time, just taking a few seconds to notice your breath, to be aware, to bring yourself into the present moment. So now bring your hands together at your heart center and use your thumbs to lift your heart center up and drop your shoulders down a little bit. Then we're going to take a big inhale, sweep your arms out to the side, look up between your hands, and then draw down through the center of your body back to your heart center. So we'll do that again. Inhale up, exhale, hands to your heart center. Inhale up, and exhale, hands to your heart center. And then we're going to take the right hand to the left knee, bring your left hand in close. Use that wee bit of leverage with your left hand to lift up, get a bit of length, and just begin to turn ever so slightly, ever so gently towards the left. So think belly, mid-chest, upper chest. Don't be trying to go too far this early in your practice. And if you've no neck issues, turn your head, look over your left shoulder, sorry. Inhale, bring yourself back to center nice and gently and swap sides. Left hand to right knee, right hand in close. Lift up first of all, and then think belly, mid-chest, upper chest, and look over the right shoulder. And gently bring yourself back to center. And then from here, we're going to straighten our legs out. Well, not we're going to straighten the legs out, we're going to turn. I'm going to turn. We're going to bring our legs out in front. So we're just quite a comfortable position. Hands with your fingers facing towards your hips or out to the sides or out behind. It depends on your wrists, whichever feels most comfortable for you. And we're going to press into your hands and lift your heart up towards the ceiling. Big inhale, lift up, and exhale, soften into it. Inhale, lift your heart up. Try and keep your shoulders rolling away from each other and from your ears. And exhale, soften. One more. Inhale and exhale. And now you can either just repeat that. So it depends where you are in your practice. And of course, you never do anything that doesn't suit you. So if you have sore wrists, don't do this next bit. In fact, even this bit you can do down on your elbows. But otherwise, we're going to do reverse tabletop. So the secret reverse tabletop is to press into your feet. Don't be expecting your wee arms and hands to lift the whole of your body up. So press strongly into your feet and lift your sit bones towards your heels and lift up as high as you can. So lift your bottom up. Your bottom's heavy, I know that. So keep your chin tucked in. I prefer my chin tucked in, but you can let it go back if you want to. Just be very careful. Big inhale, lift up one more little bit. And exhale, gently bring yourself back down. Release your hands, maybe give your wrists a wee shake. Inhale, get length in the back body. Exhale, soften and release a little bit. So just have your hands wherever they go to. Inhale, get a bit of length. Exhale, soften. And then from here, bring your hands into the backs of your thighs and begin to roll back a little bit to that wee sweet spot between your sit bones and your sacrum, and your heels, and maybe roll off the floor, and you find that little spot where you feel quite secure. So by all means, hold on here if that's what you need to do. You don't ever have to leave go. Maybe you lift one foot up. Maybe keep one toe on the ground. Maybe keep a toe on the ground at all times. Maybe you lift both feet up. Maybe you'll bring your hands down to the floor. Maybe you leave go. So the whole time you're trying to bring your heart towards your thighs and your thighs towards your heart. Breathe, smile, wee bit of core work. Feel really strong. Isn't it wonderful to be alive? One more breath here. Really go for it. Whether you're here or here, still enjoy it. And then gently bring your feet down, roll or sweep your legs to one side and bring yourself into a tabletop position. A normal tabletop this time, you'll be glad to hear. So knees are below your hips, wrists below your shoulders. Now more or less, if that's not comfortable for you, obviously adjust it to suit you. Pressing into the base of the index finger and thumb and actively pressing the floor away. So we're not kind of slouching. So we're lifting up through the front ribs and feeling strong. So we're just going to do a couple of cat-cows. So inhale, drop your belly, bottom up towards the ceiling. Feel you're stretching the skin in the front of your body when you do this. And exhale, tuck your tail, press the floor away, chin to chest. Inhale, drop your belly, bottom up towards the ceiling. And exhale, tuck your tail, press the floor away. One more. Inhale, really feel your stretching out all parts of your back and spine. Exhale, tuck your tail, press the floor away. And now bring yourself back to your nice neutral tabletop and keep your knees exactly, well actually if you want to, you can take your knees out a wee bit wider to make it easier. But and you can also take your hands out wider. We're going to do puppy pose. So begin to walk your hands forward. So just keep going to wherever feels okay. So this can be quite strong on the shoulders. And then maybe you'll bring your forehead down. Maybe bring it down onto a block or a brick. Maybe you'll get your chin down. So you'll see people with their chest on the floor in this position. And breathe, feel that stretch in your shoulders, and you really feel that the way you should be in your down dog. So from here we're going to Bring your elbows down onto the floor and roll forward. Very briefly into a sphinx pose. We're going to tuck our toes under and lift up into forearm plank. So lift the front body up towards the back body, press into the elbows. Elbows are below your shoulders. Hands, both hands parallel to each other and parallel to the edges of your mat. Breathe, smile, lift up, and then gently knees down. Lower yourself down and bring your lower arms across to make a little pillow and rest your forehead on your lower arms. So stretch your legs away. We wriggle here. And then release your right arm and bring your right leg in towards your bottom. And reach back and see if you can take hold of your foot, your ankle, anywhere at all. Use a scarf or a belt if you have it. Sorry. And then maybe you'll begin to lift that right thigh off the floor a little bit. So squeeze your foot in and give yourself a nice stretch. So it'll depend how tight your quadriceps are, how much you feel this, and maybe lift it off the floor even a little bit, but we're just giving the fronts of the quadriceps a little stretch. And then gently release. We'll swap sides. Left leg in, reach back with your left hand, same thing again. Pressing, stretching that, giving that left quadricep we stretch. Maybe lift it off the floor, maybe not. And then gently release that foot, bring your hands back down again under your shoulders, tuck your toes under, and maybe you'll come up through tabletop or bring your knees up. Maybe you'll come straight up into full plank. So press the floor away. Dome your shoulders, all of the front body coming up towards the back body. Press into your heels and just look forward. One more breath here. And then exhale. Bring yourself into downward facing dog. Give your dog a wee walk. So make sure you're pressing into the base of the index finger and thumb. So you're not on the pads of all the fingers, so you're not taking all the weight in your wrists. Big arm bones rotating outwards. Inner eyes of the elbow beginning to almost come to face your thumbs. Navel back towards your spine. And begin to take your heels back and down. Nod your head, yes. Shake your head, no. Just let it all go. One more breath here. And then we're going to take the weight onto our right foot and leg. Onto your left foot and leg. Lift your right leg up. Right knee up towards the ceiling. Lift it up as high as you can. Look forward. And step through with the right foot and leg. Bring your left knee down onto the floor. Look forward. And just bring yourself up into a nice slow lunge. Reaching up. Big inhale, exhale. Hands to your heart center. Plant your left hand. Inhale up. A little twist to the right. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Check your right knee and ankle are more or less in line. Inhale up. Exhale down. Frame the front foot. Tuck the toes of the back foot under and step back into down dog. Another wee walk, other side. Take the weight onto your right foot and leg, left leg lifts up. Take your left knee up towards the ceiling if you can. Look forward, left foot to the floor, right knee down. Get your balance. Inhale, bring yourself up, reaching up, pressing into the front foot, increasing your lunge. Left knee and ankle in line with each other. Hands to your heart center. Then frame the front foot, plant the right hand, and come up with the left. And exhale down. Inhale up with the left hand. Exhale down. Inhale up with the left. Exhale down. And this time we're just going to step back and bring yourself into high kneeling. So this is where you might want to pad your knees, use a blanket, or you can roll your mat over so that you've got extra layers. So whatever you think you're going to need. And feel you're lifting up through the front of the body. So we're not just in a heap, we're lifting up and feeling strong. I'm going to inhale, swing your arms up, look up between your hands, and exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. One more, inhale up. And this time we're going to clasp our hands, all except the index fingers, and then we're going to come down, getting ready for action. So from here, we're just going to take an inhale and lean back, just to wherever feels okay for you, until you feel it in your quads, and then bring yourself forward again. Inhale back. Exhale, bring yourself forward. Inhale back. Exhale, bring yourself forward, release your hands, and from here we're going to sit down, not in the way we usually do on our heels. We're going to take our heels out either side and sit down in between your feet. So if I maybe turn around, you'll see exactly what I mean. So your two sit bones are on the ground. Now if that's too much, use a blanket, a block, a book, anything at all to sit on. Maybe even that won't be high enough. So use a bigger block. So we're going to do hero pose, asana, and this can be quite strong on your knees. So if you have bad knees, I would say you do this in easy cross legs. So what you also can do is to have a blanket ready to lie down on, or a blanket to roll up. So what you want to do, or what we are going to aim for, we're going to have a blanket or a bolster here for us to lie back on. So it'll depend very much on your flexibility. So what I would say is, if you're already sitting up quite high, to get into this position, don't try to go back, okay? Just sit where you are. But if you can get your bottom down quite low onto the floor, maybe you'll go back onto your elbows. And the reason I say that is, if you're sitting up, if your bum's up in the block, it's a long way back to lie back. Equally, if you maybe have one sore knee and one good knee, you can do it with one leg at a time. And then what we're aiming to do is to lie back. So we want our head still to be supported. So I'll maybe bring a block in here to support my head. So we do want to be quite well supported, but we still want to feel this nice openness across the heart center. So I say we can do this one leg at a time, or you can do it both legs together. But again, it depends very much on how your quads are. So to come out of it again, we press into our elbows and just walk your way up. So eventually, what we're aiming for is that we will do it with both legs down and just come down onto your elbows, and then maybe eventually you won't need the support behind you. But it's a strong pose, very strong on the quadriceps. So please go very, very carefully before you think of doing the full pose on your own. And actually a bolster is lovely in behind you because you're that bit higher up as well. So come out of it nice and gently. Give your legs a wee jiggle about. Set your props to one side. And then we're just going to lower ourselves down onto the mat. Give your legs a little rock from side to side. Maybe you'd like to straighten your legs up towards the ceiling and in again. So it is quite strong on your knees. So as I say, knee issues, I didn't actually show you, but you can do exactly the same, but just an easy cross leg and bring yourself down. So really we do this quite a lot. So again, it's exactly the same thing. And of course, use your props as well if you want to. So straighten your legs out along the mat. Heel of the right foot at the right edge of the mat, the heel of the left foot at the left edge of the mat, and soften your shoulders down. Inhale and exhale. And just notice how you feel. Probably your knees might be feeling it a little bit. But it is a lovely posture once you can get into it and master it, but it is quite strong on your knees, and so many people seem to have sore knees these days. So just play it all by ear. Do what's right for you. One more nice, long, slow, deep inhale here. And then we bring your hands together at your heart center. So thank you so much for joining me for this short practice today. And just take it easy when you're practicing at home particularly. And I'll see you next time. Namaste.